This is how I hung my canoe to get it out of the way of all my stuff in my garage. Follow me. Let's go on this journey together. Paddle that like and subscribe button and check this out. What's up, guys? Penguin Outdoors. You're sitting on top of my fridge right now. Got a 16-foot canoe here, and I have bought a hanging kit for it. So I want to hang it in my garage up here. I'm hoping that I can accomplish this. So I got a hanging kit here. I'm going to move some stuff around in the garage, and then I'll check back in with you guys, all right? Here, 16-foot Wenonah. I bought it so I can tandem with my wife, or I can canoe it by myself. When you canoe it by yourself, you don't do it from the back like you normally would with another person. You do it from the front here. So this is technically the front of the canoe, and somebody would face this way. What I would do is I would sit here at the front, right? And I would paddle this way, stack my gear in the middle. It kind of evens out the canoe for you. It's a little long. If it gets windy, it can get kind of ridiculous, but it works quite well. Behind this flag, see my exhaust system here? I want to hang the canoe right there. Get some work stuff out of here. I bought a Rad Sports. This is technically a kayak hanger, but it works up to like 100 and something odd pounds. The canoe only weighs 39 pounds, 38 something, 40, let's call it even. And so if I can get this set up correctly for the 16 foot here, might have to read some directions, we can get it going. Zoom. I lost my face. But up here is where I want to hang my canoe. So I just got to figure out the dimensions and how everything works. It seems pretty simple. When the box showed up, I was like, Rad Sports. Sounds like kind of like a 90s thing, you know what I mean? Like Rad Sports. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. But got a nice little bolt kit and stuff here. We got the hangers with the pulleys inside of them. I'll bring them over there, I'll show you. And then they got some brackets and some other hangers. Looks like a little tie-off lock system. So hangers, brackets, little wheel system, brackets, little wheel system. Seems like it's gonna work fine to hang a canoe. So let's see what we're getting into here. So I'm reading through the instructions right now. And at first I was looking at just these pictures, and I kind of went, I don't know. But then I looked over here, the joint configurations. Makes a lot more sense. So give me a minute. I think I got it. Watch this. So it says, go to the middle, add 5 inches or more from the middle as needed to the measurements. So if it's 8 foot, it wants an 8'5" and 8'5". And then that's where the square brackets get hung. Okay, so if I put it that in the middle, 4 and 4, which is already those 4 and 4 because it's 4 feet per sheet of sheetrock. So if I did it on that board right there, so it's every 12 inches, I think. 12, I don't know. Okay, watch. From the wall, 8 feet, I go straight up here. That's about 9 feet. That's about 8 feet. Mark that. 4 feet plus 5 inches. That's more than 5 inches. But that's where I put the first one. That's the middle of the canoe. Stay with me here. Don't do that. It's dangerous. Hey, I'm up here. If we can get it right there, otherwise right there is fine. I'm gonna go get some drill bits and whatever. drill some holes in those beams, make sure they're beams, make sure it's mounted properly, and then we'll start setting up the pulley system. Close the garage doors to let the kitties outside. And I'm gonna show you guys how I find the right size drill bit that I need to use for the bolt that I'm using. What I do to find my drill bits is open up my fancy little drill bit box here, are the bolts that they want to put into the wood right here. You guys can probably, I don't know if it's zooming, does that look good on the camera there? Okay, so this is the bolt. And so what I do to find the right size drill bit is I take my drill bit and I put it behind the bolt. So to you guys, it would be like this. And I try to find the shaft, the drill bit that is the same width as this shaft, but not the threads. Because you want the threads to grab, but you don't want the shaft to expand the wood. So that one seemed okay, maybe a little big. So let me just check this one real quick. So I like that one better. I'm hoping you can see that. This is the template that I hit a beam on both sides of those holes, and that'll lock it to the ceiling there. Grab a Sharpie. There should be one right here. In between both of them, I'm gonna have to turn it sideways, and I don't think that'll work. So let's hope that this is a beam. And if that's not a beam, then I might have some other issues. If this doesn't work on this beam, I might have to find a different spot in the garage for it to work. So let's see what we got going on here, huh? Yeah, so there's no beam right there. Okay. No, there's no beam right there. Okay. Well, that doesn't make, because I have to have a cross. And why wouldn't there? Okay, change of plans. The structure over there on the ceiling is different than it is over here because of the way that this pulley system is made. I'm gonna have to do it over here. Same thing. We need our blocks, and then we need to know where our middle point is. Well, my middle point is this crack on the garage floor. That's gonna be my 8-foot point. And I know that there's a beam going this way. And so my 8-foot point, if it's right underneath here, where did I put my Sharpie? Found it. So I'm gonna hang it right here. And so my 8-foot mark is gonna be directly below me under this crack, which is basically the exact center of this. So if that's 8 feet, 4 feet 5 inches this way, and 4 feet 5 inches that way, and that will hold my canoe in the most sturdy way possible. 4, so yeah, I should have known. These are 4-foot sheets, so if that's 4 feet, that's about 4 feet 5 inches. And I should probably make a line, not just a dot line. Okay, 4 feet over here, about 5 inches, boom. So that's where I'm gonna put my systems, and I know, I'm 100% positive that there's a beam there. So now, I can take my Sharpie, because this is the first bracket that we're gonna mount right here. Okay, so I'll drill out those 2 holes for that one. I'm gonna put this one right here. Drill. Don't ever look up while you're drilling. Get your spot in it, and then look down. See that? That's why I always look down. That way I don't get anything in my eyes. Kitty's in here. So, I hit the vacuum, figure out what size this is. If I had to guess, without doing anything, I'm gonna say it's a 10 millimeter. Ooh, just over 10. So, you got an 11 millimeter bolt that we're gonna be putting through and into the ceiling here. So, switch over to the impact bit with the 11 millimeter socket here. And, well, boy howdy, I forgot where I put the whole pack of these now, but that's okay. So what we'll do, we'll put the first one in. Safety glasses are always a good idea. Okay, that'll line up perfectly with the other one. I just gotta remember where I put those screws. This time I'm gonna put them where I hopefully can't lose them. So we got one of them in there, now we're gonna go do the other one. So I'm not gonna look. Okay. I'm gonna take the other two and the other mounting bracket here. We'll get this one installed here. I didn't drill out these holes, and I actually drilled out these holes, so now we can install it. New battery, that's nice. We get the mounting brackets installed, then hoist a mounting board, it says, but no, I don't want to do a mounting board before attaching. Measurements, whatever. You need 2 or 3 people working together to mount the board. Don't need that. Next lift. You obviously need to create a pulley system, okay? So we're gonna install the pulleys, and then these ones.
Pulleys?
No, the pulleys, not the pulleys. So they give you these nice washers, nice nuts and bolts here, and they got auto lockers on the back of them. So we'll figure out what size these are. I've got stuff to do that, but for now, we'll just get everything loosely put in there. All right, so these are a lot bigger than expected. These are 17 millimeter. So I got my ratcheting wrenches here, and then I take my crescent wrench, get these nice and snug. Don't need them super tight, just snug. Auto lockers on them, so after you get them snug, they should stay tight. Swing it just away from my face. Oh yeah. Could use a taller ladder, I think. That one's gonna snug there. We'll do the other one. I put these in backwards with my crazy hair here. So, hi Kitty. Where is the leak in the hose? Or is it at the end?
It's in the middle.
Okay, well, throw it away. Nothing we can do then. Especially on that stretchy hose. To water your plants for now, and then we'll have to get you a new one. Hi, new baby. Now they're in the correct order. We can take our string and fish it up through the lock and pull that way. One of these ways is supposed to lock it, and it doesn't seem like either of them do. So I obviously don't understand this. Thread rope through holes on front brake. I did it backwards. I flipped it around again. I'll tell you, there's nothing else I needed to do except hold my hands in the air and swing wrenches. That's sarcastic if you can't tell. Okay, now let's feed the rope through the system. You know how high my hopes are for this? 0. Yeah, basically 0. Still doesn't lock anything. So now, through the pulley. So I thought this was a regular pulley system. It's a single rope, dual pulley system. Okay. Thanks, brain. For Christ's sake. I don't understand. I changed it from a 2-string, 2-rope, 1-pull system to a 1-rope pull system. because they didn't send me enough rope. I didn't record that because I had some anger going on during that time. But here's me finishing it, okay? Take my canoe, set it here. Second to end one here is good. Yeah, this second to end one here is good as well. Watch my canoe just freaking boom, hit the freaking ground. This is gonna be hilarious. So this is, for real, the first time I'm ever gonna lift this thing up. I have done nothing except hook it up. It actually looks really good. I think that'll work. Or should I put it over here? Yeah, we'll put it over here, get it more out of the way. So this next gear is really easy. You just need a Phillips head screwdriver. I prefer my Milwaukee Impacts. You need this little bracket that they sent you and the 2 screws that go with it. So these, I'm gonna stick into the wall, into that stud. I think I'm gonna go straight up and down. Just off the side of my old TV in the garage here. Wait, you little bugger. The reason I put it there is because that's where a stud was. The first 2 times I missed. That happens. We'll do a aqua tie around. You need to take this extra cord and tie those things together, because then you tie them together and it stops it from spreading apart. It can't spread apart more than my canoe where the straps are. It would almost never slip out of there anyway. So it's up to you, but I'm gonna start filming. See that hole? That, oh my Lanta. See that hole? Boom. Tie these together a little bit. Quick knot, quick slip knot, boom. Now, in between both of these pillars here, well, pillars, they're strings, realistically. But in between both of these strings, my canoe is a-floating. I made these a little short, but luckily I can flip it up and tie it off right here. And check this out. And last time I brought it up a little too tight. So this time I'm gonna leave it right here. And then I've got my tie off right over here. Through the loop, through the bottom, boom. You know if you have a better way to strap up your canoe there. Because for my personal 16-foot Wenonah, this works pretty well. Come down the stairs. I mean, that's pretty tight, but I've still got one full hand. So, should work. After I finished putting in the canoe, I was gonna drive the car back in, but this just looks so good. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? It was sitting on the ground over here. Can you imagine that? Just sitting on the ground on cardboard over here. And now I've got this beautiful spot for my canoe. So one thing I didn't think about when I was doing this is the door is still usable. It's just not open anymore. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. If you liked watching this video, follow me for more, all right? We'll hang canoes, we'll drive cars, we'll go out on island adventures, weekend adventures, week-long adventures. Follow Penguin Outdoors for more, and we'll keep it real. Have a good one, guys.